Hello, this is Chuck Ridgway, Automation Technology Manager at Horner. Thank you for joining us for another Tuesday video. Now, last week, in our first video of 2022, we took a look back at 2021. Today, it's all about looking forward. Our topic today, a 2022 Horner preview. Should be a lot of fun. Now, because of my travel schedule, we had to pre-record this video, so I am flying solo today. Also, my voice is a little froggy today, so I apologize in advance. However, we are streaming this live on our normal Tuesday time slot, and Casey is standing by to answer any questions you have in the chat section. However, if you're watching this on replay, we still want your questions. Just type them in the comment section, and we'll get them answered as soon as we can. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so here's our program for today. Now, there's two main things I want to cover with you. I want to talk about what you can expect from Horner from a video content standpoint. What types of videos are we planning? What types of content are we planning? And I also want to, of course, preview what to expect from a product standpoint here at Horner in 2022. Now, if I was good at cliffhangers, I would start with the video content and do a big finish with the product stuff, which is frankly what you've all probably been anticipating with this video. But we'll just go ahead and get to the good part right away. Okay, now anytime I talk about new products or new releases or what the future holds, I always like to start with a quick refresher of where we are today with our product family. So let's take a look at the controllers. Let's start with the Micro OCS series. This is a terrific series that's relatively new. It's our entry-level product, and it's currently experiencing rapid growth. It's growing like crazy, which is what we were hoping for. And really, this product is designed to be the entry-level Horner product for all-in-one control. And frankly, it blows away the competition in its price class. It's got more functionality, more features, it's got a wide range. We use the same software with our entry-level product as we do in the rest of our products. So we're really thrilled with the Micro OCS series. Next, in the center there, you can see the XLE and the XLT. Now, these are a couple of products that have really been around for quite a while. They were really the first XL series products available in the market way more than 10 years ago. And what's happened is we have OEMs, which is our major customer base, and they just love this product and they just keep buying it. So a few years ago, we made the decision to go ahead and redesign the internal electronics with modern components so we could keep this product viable into the future. And customers responded by continuing to buy the XLE and XLT in really good numbers. So that product is around and will stay around for some time. Now, on the right hand of the screen there, you see our full XL series. So this is really the bread and butter of our product line. It's our largest seller volume-wise, dollar-wise, and it's just a terrific product line. It offers a great value, especially when you compare it against traditional control solutions of like a traditional mid-size PLC and a traditional HMI. The OCS, especially the XL series, is really a viable alternative to that traditional approach. So this is what our product looks like here as we start off 2022. All right, the first new thing I want to talk about that's coming in 22 is something called the XL Plus series. So this is a new series of OCS products that should look pretty familiar if you look at the graphic there on the screen. Now, what is the XL Plus series? Well, it is a new series that's designed to provide our existing XL series users with a seamless upgrade path to newer hardware. Now, it's the same basic models, so regardless of which XL series model you're using, you have a corresponding model in the XL Plus series. It's got the same look, so your customers aren't going to necessarily be jolted by a new look from the front, for instance. You can use the same software you've used before. Now, of course, we're continuing to upgrade Seascape, and there'll be a new version of Seascape 9.9 that will support the XL Plus series, but you don't have to make a big radical departure from your software that you're used to in order to use the XL Plus series. Also, the program you're using for the XL series product it'll translate right over to the XL Plus series. In about 15 seconds, you'll have done the only changes that are absolutely required to allow your program to run in the new hardware. So if it looks the same and it uses the same software and the same programs, then, what's the big deal? Okay, well, let's talk about what is really different here. Now, anytime you're redesigning electronics, of course, you're going to be looking for improved performance. So we've included a faster CPU under the hood of the XL Plus series product. So you can expect significantly better performance in the product. Now that's saying something, considering the fact that the XL series is definitely known for its performance today. Now, another big deal is that in addition to the faster CPU, we've included a more modern, newer technology from a memory architecture. We've eliminated all batteries from the design except for a simple coin cell for the calendar clock. So that means no rechargeable batteries. That means no issues with retaining variables, retaining system settings, or anything like that. That's all done in a new modern type of chip, which combines the best of RAM in terms of random access with good speed, and the best of flash when it comes to the ability to maintain its or retain its memory without power. So that's a big deal, because batteries, frankly, are a limitation in any design, because they typically have more limited specifications from an environmental standpoint, temperatures and humidity and those sorts of things. And it's just one more limiting factor that if we can eliminate, then we can improve the applications and the applicability of the product in more environments. So that's the new XL Plus series, and we're excited to bring that to you relatively early in the year. We're not going to talk a lot about dates today. The products will be ready when they're ready, but we want to give you a good preview of what's coming. The next thing I want to talk about today is just a little bit of a preview, is something called OCS I/O. So this is a new Horner I/O series. Okay, we've designed with flexibility and modularity in mind. Now, what do you mean by flexibility? Well, from a flexibility standpoint, I mean there's a lot of reasons why people want to add I/O to a Horner OCS control system. Okay, maybe they just need more I/O in the panel, more than what is available on the back of an OCS. Maybe they don't want to wire anything or very, very little to the back of the door or the back of the OCS, so therefore they want to put a bulk of their I/O inside the panel on DIN rail, for instance. Maybe your I/O is distributed. Maybe you've got remote I/O that needs to go in a variety of locations that are not close to the OCS, and you just want to run a networking cable from node to node as opposed to big bundles of I/O wiring. And another reason you might want to add I/O to an OCS system is maybe you've got a wider variety of I/O or specific I/O types which aren't supported in the I/O that's built into the back of the OCS. So there's lots of reasons there. So let's take a little bit of a closer look at what an OCS I/O is, okay? So from a modular standpoint, we say it's modular because of the fact that you have a base, which we're releasing it supporting C-SCAN, which is our most popular I/O network and our most popular network in general. And that C-SCAN base has the ability to add up to 7 other I/O modules to that base. Okay, so you could have a total of 8 modules in the rack, if you want to call it a rack. Okay, and these modules slide together on the DIN rail, and we're really excited about a couple of things. One, it's a plug and play I/O system. So in most applications, you won't have to manually configure everything when you add the I/O. Now, of course, there's going to be some configuration required if you're using things like thermocouples and RTDs and analog and that sort of thing, because you need to tell the modules what mode to operate in, for instance. But the amount of configuration will be kept to a minimum. Also, the variety of different I/O types is going to be pretty good out of the gate. Okay, over time we'll add more options, but at launch you'll have your choices of DC I/O, AC inputs even. We are going to support AC, so if you've got a retrofit application, that's going to be good news for you. Of course, we'll support relays on the output side, and from an analog standpoint, we'll have a nice robust mix of 4 to 20 milliamp, 0 to 10 volt, thermocouple, and RTD support. Now, from a size standpoint, it is hard often to tell size from just a photo on a slide. So from a size standpoint, it's very similar in size to SmartRail. And don't worry, OCS I/O does not signal the end of any of our other I/O options that are currently available. So, over time, of course, we think more customers will migrate to OCS I/O just because of what it has to offer, but we're not starting by obsoleting any of our I/O products at all. Okay, so that's the OCS I/O range. Take a look for that in 2022. Next, we're going to talk about something that's been much anticipated and even previewed a little bit here on our Horner video channel. If you are interested in taking a sneak peek at one of the features in Seascape 10, which is the new major release of our application programming software, if you want to take a quick look at one of those features in Seascape 10, you can take a look at the last video we did last year, and it gives you a little bit of a sneak peek of the recipe capability that's really almost all new for 2022 with Seascape 10. So that's just a little hint there. But again, Seascape 10 is the new major release of our application programming software, Seascape. We're currently on version 9.9, Service Pack 5. And what is the big deal about Seascape 10? Well, first of all, some housekeeping to be aware of. It will support all current OCS product families. So if you're using a current OCS that I showed on that one of those early slides that talked about our current product line, if you're using that product or our RCC product or any other product that's a current Horner product, it will be supported moving forward in Seascape 10. Now, if you've got some older products, maybe some OCS 100 or OCS 250 or some of those products that, maybe were 15 or 20 years ago, those products will not be supported directly in Seascape 10, but you can continue to use 9.9 and earlier versions to support those legacy products. So what has changed in Seascape 10? Well, we've got a redesigned user interface. Okay, so as an example of that, today when you edit graphics in Seascape, it pulls up a completely separate window and you have to effectively design your graphics with all the other windows obscured. Well, in Seascape 10, you'll be able to design your graphic screens in tabs. So that'll make it a little bit more convenient to switch back and forth between logic and screen development and network configuration and those sorts of things. So there's a variety of user interfaces changes for you. Also, there's a completely new advanced graphics capability with Seascape 10. So again, I just talked about the fact that you can preview one aspect of the new advanced graphics in Seascape 10 by going back to our last video of 2021, which covered recipes. So part 2 of recipes previews the recipes in Seascape 10. And that's just one of the aspects of our new advanced graphics engine that is supported in Seascape 10. Now, if you're currently using one of our standard products, XL Series, XLE, XLT, Micro Series, what have you, you'll be able to take advantage of a lot of the new capabilities in Seascape 10. However, the advanced graphics engine will require some new OCS hardware, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. The other big emphasis with Seascape 10 is a continued emphasis on advanced programming languages that are variable based. So whether that's our variable based advanced ladder, sometimes called tag based advanced ladder, whether that's the IEC 1131 languages that are also variable based, we're going to continue to really push users to consider using those languages. Now, we're not obsoleting register based logic with Seascape 10. We're just trying to encourage our customers to switch to variable-based logic because of the advantages it brings, including things like user-defined function blocks, for instance. Okay, so that's Seascape 10. You'll definitely see it in 2022. Keep your eye out for that. Okay, now, in the last slide, I mentioned the fact that there's a new advanced graphics engine coming for Seascape 10. It'll also support our current graphics as well. But if you want to take advantage fully of that new advanced graphics engine, you're going to need to take a look at a new series we're going to be releasing at the same time as Seascape 10. And that's a new series that we're calling Canvas. Okay, it's an all new series. that's designed to take advantage of really a multi-core CPU and offer the type of performance in an Horner OCS that's at even another level. So today, again, we're known for having very good performing products with typical scan times of just a few milliseconds. Now with Canvas, we've got a multi-core CPU that is internal to that product, which has a dedicated core for logic and a dedicated core for graphics. So you're going to reach performance levels with consistency and low levels in terms of milliseconds that you've ever seen from us before. So we're really excited about that. Now, whereas the XL Plus series that will be launched a little bit before Canvas, the XL Plus series is designed as a seamless upgrade where even the look and everything from the outside looks the same. Canvas does have an all-new look. So it's got a sleeker look. Very, very few of the models have dedicated function keys, and even the ones that do, they're very much subdued from a graphics standpoint. Much more streamlined for sure. And of course, Canvas will support the advanced graphics engine that'll be available in Seascape 10. So this is an exciting new series, and even though there are some different models included in Canvas than you've seen in the XL series, we're still using a lot of the same cutouts from a panel cutout standpoint and a lot of the same resolutions from a screen standpoint. So transitioning from one of our existing products today to a Canvas product will be relatively easy. Again, it's very likely you'll be able to use the same panel cutout. It's very likely you'll be able to reuse all of your logic. You should be able to use even some of your graphics if you want, or you can start from scratch with the new advanced graphics engine and really take things to the next level. Okay, so we're really excited. We'll be bringing you Canvas later on in 2022. Now, with these two new series that we're releasing, the XL Plus series and Canvas, that causes a lot of folks to get concerned that suddenly the products you're currently using are going to go obsolete on you. So is the XL series, for instance, going obsolete? And in a word, absolutely not. Okay, now we do believe that a lot of existing customers are going to be excited by what the XL Plus series has to offer, as well as what Canvas has to offer. And so over time, we think a lot of existing users will switch to those new platforms. So at some point in the future, of course, it will make sure to discontinue the XL series, but that is not in the works anytime soon. We're talking years here. So don't worry. Okay, we're offering you some new exciting options from a control standpoint, but we're not suddenly going to take away your existing product from you. Okay, so that was just a quick look at the major releases planned for Horner in 2022. So we're talking XL Plus series, OCS-IO, Seascape 10, and Canvas. That's a lot. 4 major releases for a year. That's going to be a lot of work, and we're excited to bring it to you. Now, in the last couple minutes here of our session today, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what to expect from a video content standpoint. In last week's session, we looked back at 2021 and we noted that there were 56 videos in this format that we produced, in the live stream or webinar format. We had a lot of other videos we produced in the short form. That's not included in our discussions from last week. So again, 2021 was a big year from a video content standpoint, and we want to preview what 2022 looks like. Okay, so first of all, our core content will remain focused as it has been. Okay, so we typically cover hardware topics, programming topics around logic, programming topics around HMI type features, as well as communications and networking. And those are kind of our core topics, and we'll remain focused on those. Okay, we'll add some additional things to it, but you can expect a lot of content that fits within those 4 areas. Now, of course, you're going to see video content that's related to our major new releases that I just talked about. Okay, so you'll see webinars for product launches. You'll see video content in the form of live streams and pre-recorded videos where we talk about the new features and the new functions and how to take advantage of some of the new capabilities in these new products we'll be launching next year. Now, just like 2021, where I told you we really put a lot of emphasis on variable-based programming, 2022 will remain the same. Now, when we released an earlier version of Cscape 9.9, I think it was Service Pack 4, we unlocked the capability to retrieve a little bit of information from our Cscape users, with approval, of course. So we have a lot of Cscape users which are opting in to provide us with a little bit of details in terms of what they're using Cscape for. You know, what languages they're using, what operating system they're using from a Windows standpoint, which OCS models they're using, those sorts of things. And the only reason we want that information is so we can focus our development on the types of features and products that our customers are using. Also, it helps us keep an eye on, for instance, the transition our customers are making from register-based logic to variable-based languages. And the results for 2021 were significant. There was a significant shift from register-based programming to variable-based programming in 2021. But there's a long way to go, and we're going to continue to emphasize that topic in 2022. And it's not just going to be about Horner Advanced Ladder. It'll also include our excellent support that we have for IEC languages, and including all the enhancements that were released in Service Pack 4, and we continue to refine. And so keep an eye out for a lot more content when it comes to the IEC languages as well. And then one of the things that we've always done here at Horner when we do our webinars is from time to time, we've included general educational topics that are important for automation engineers. Examples of that are we have done deep dives into Ethernet IP, BACnet IP, Modbus TCP, and of course we talked about how those products, or how those protocols in that case, are used in Horner products, but we've also talked about how those things work, and in general terms, so that an automation engineer, even one who isn't using Horner, can get some good value out of that content. So that's what you can expect from a subject matter standpoint this year. Now, in terms of the form in which we're going to deliver it to you, let's talk about that a little bit. You know, with all the product launches we have planned for 2022, of course, you're going to see product launch webinars. So as a Horner customer, you're going to have the ability to sign up and register for a webinar and get the first really deep dive look into the features and functions of our new releases as they occur. So you'll get all the details as to when you can get them, and you know, all the fine points that you need to see when you're evaluating a new product. We'll continue with providing you with pre-recorded how-to videos. So not every video is going to be live. They weren't all live last year. They're not all going to be live this year. And where it makes sense, we'll go ahead and pre-record them from time to time. And we'll focus on, you know, how do I do this particular function in Cscape, or how do I do this particular function with an OCS piece of hardware, for instance. Now, we had a tremendous number of truly live streams last year. So of our 56 videos, 51 were in the live stream format, and I think over 40 of those were truly live. Maybe even as many as 48 of those were fully live. And so we're going to continue with that this year with a lot of live stream content. And even on our Tuesdays, when we happen to pre-record our content, we're going to go ahead and stream it live at 2 o'clock on Tuesday. So those of you who want to ask questions immediately, you'll know there's an expert standing by answering those questions in the chat, even if we don't have a live Q&A session on the air at the end. The other advantage, or the other things we're looking to expand this year with our live streams, is we want to have more on-demand topics. There were several topics we covered last year that were requested by customers. We want to formalize that process so that we can get more feedback from the field and get a larger list, if you will, of on-demand topics that you're looking for. We want to continue to promote live questions and answers, and maybe even, you know, add some additional tools and some specialized sessions to really encourage that more. And anytime you have the opportunity to ask questions live, you also have the opportunity to steer the discussion. So if we're on with you live. Not only can you ask that question, but you could possibly can even bring up topics we haven't fully covered in that session to kind of steer the discussion in a certain direction that is geared towards your needs. Also, keep in mind that we have other video content as well. We have online certified Horner training. So if you're looking to be trained at Horner this year, you have your choice of in-person standard training, in-person advanced training, and online basic training. And we might even do an online advanced session at some time later in the year, if that makes sense, if it's if it's something that customers want to see. And then with all these new product releases, we need formal beta programs to make sure those products are ready for prime time. So for a lot of you may not be aware, there is a current beta program going on for the XL Plus series, and those users have been engaged with us since November as we've kind of gotten some feedback from that group as to how things are working with the XL Plus series from a beta standpoint. And so as we release new products in 2022, we'll have continued beta programs, and those beta users will have kind of some exclusive live sessions for updates on the beta, feedback, questions and answers, those sorts of things. Okay, so that's kind of what to expect from a format standpoint in 2022. All right, now one thing I want to point out to you, with all this video content we've created, there's a lot already up there for you to peruse to find the topic you're looking for. And one thing people are not necessarily aware of, and I'm going to try and help change that right now, is on our website, in the resources section, there is a video page, and we have created both the ability for you to kind of go through and take a look at listings of Horner videos by topic or by subject. We've also got, as I've highlighted there in the upper right-hand corner, we've also got a search tool where you can type in the topic you're looking for or the keyword you're looking for, and the search tool will come back with a list of videos that you should take a look at. So that's valuable. It's on our website, and I encourage you to take a look at that now. Now, one of the things we're going to get accomplished in 2022 is, and this is going to take us some time because of all the 60 or 70 videos that we've got up there now, we're going to add chapter markers to those videos, because a lot of the videos, they might be 30 minutes long or 45 minutes long or what have you, or even longer in some cases, and there may be a specific section in there that you're interested in. Now, today, of course, you can scrub right through it and find it relatively quickly. But wouldn't it be nice if there were chapter markers throughout those longer videos so that when you use the search tool, it took you not only to the video you're looking for, but it took you to the section in the video that you're looking for. So that's something that we really want to get accomplished in 2022. Okay, so I think that pretty much wraps up what I wanted to cover with you today. And I do appreciate you for joining us. And I want to remind you that if you're watching this on Tuesday at 2 o'clock live, this was pre-recorded, but go ahead and keep putting those questions in the chat section. And Casey is standing by, and he's answering those questions in real time. If you're watching this on replay, we still want your questions. Just send them to us in the comment section, and we'll get those answered as soon as we can. Some more reminders. We're here every Tuesday at 2 o'clock with either a fully live video or a live streamed pre-recorded video where we're standing by to answer your questions. So don't forget to watch every Tuesday, and if you aren't available on Tuesday, you can always watch the replay on our website or on our YouTube channel. Now, next week, we think we've got a good topic for you. We're going to be going hands-on with SmartRail IO, and specifically, we're going to be talking about C-Scan SmartRail IO, which is the most popular IO-based option for that very popular IO series. Lastly, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And once again, thank you for joining us for another Tuesday video. Take care.